Choices. A one-act by J.J. Buchner. Setting. Dr. Ethan Runner's office, Manhattan, New York, 1992. Lights up on Dr. Runner's office. There is a desk and a small couch. On the desk, there is a phone. At the top of the scene, we see John, a nurse in Dr. Runner's office. He is sitting behind the desk. Sharon, another nurse, enters with a big pile of medical files.
Here's the pile for today.
My God, there must be 50 of them. How many do you think he'll treat?
Who knows? The really sick ones, but the depressed ones will have to wait.
Waiting. I remember that.
Well, you were one of the lucky ones.
Lucky?
Yes, lucky. Listen, we have a long day today. Let's not get into this again.
Fine, Nurse Ratched.
Keep pushing that Nurse Ratched shit.
Bitch, please.
Just put the files in order. My coffee hasn't kicked in yet, and don't think for 1 minute I won't slap you today.
You kiss your wife with that mouth?
Just sort the files and don't mix them up.
I know. That was one time, and it wasn't a big deal.
The doctor asking a well-known lawyer about his IV drug use is a pretty big deal.
John picks up a file.
Wow. 21.
I saw that. I can't even remember what I was doing at 21.
It says he's single, no immediate family.
Sad.
Morning.
Good morning, Dr. Runner.
Good morning, Sharon.
Morning.
What's today look like?
It's going to be a long one. We have 20 today. 7 IV drug users, 3 high profiles, 3 women, and 7 men.
John, could you get me a cup of coffee?
Sure.
Do you think any of them can be saved?
I don't know. By the looks of it, they are all bad. I'd look at this one, though. He's 21 and in good health.
Single, no family, former dancer, and escort. Oh, Jesus. Why would any kid become an escort nowadays?
Big city, big dreams. We've seen this before.
I just thought it was, I don't know.
Going away?
I don't think this is ever going away.
Well, aren't you just a great big ball of sunshine? Didn't you get any sleep last night?
I haven't slept well since 1985.
Who has?
Okay, let's get everything in order. Who's up first?
The young one.
Of course. Let's start the day off right, huh?
It will be fine. According to his records, he's healthy. I'm sure you can handle it.
Ethan watches her leave, then opens his desk drawer. He takes out a photo, looks at it, and returns it to the drawer. Ethan then looks through the rest of the files while making notes. John enters.
Here you go.
John puts coffee on the desk and starts to leave.
Not so fast, John. Did you forget something?
More cream? Okay.
John sits. Ethan takes out a file from his desk.
Well, your T cells are up. How are you feeling?
I feel great. The meds seem to be working. I have a ton of energy, and I'm generally pretty happy.
Good. Any depression I should know about?
Do you really have to ask me that? You know I'm not depressed.
I'm just making sure.
I'm good.
John stands up and crosses to Ethan.
Chinese for dinner tonight?
Sounds good.
John and Ethan kiss as Sharon enters.
Doctor?
Yes, John, that's good. Can you go help Tracy at the front desk?
Sure.
Your first patient is here.
Okay, you can bring him in. What?
Nothing.
She smiles and leaves. Sharon returns with Tommy.
Dr. Runner, this is Tommy Hudson.
Thank you, Sharon. Can you give us a couple minutes? I'll call you and John in when I'm ready.
Of course.
Nice to meet you, Tommy. My name is Dr. Runner, but please call me Ethan.
Nice to meet you, Ethan.
Have a seat. What brings you in today?
I was given your name by a friend of mine, Miss Holly Golightly.
Oh, yes, Pedro. How is he?
He's doing great, actually. He's opening his new show at a club in the village. He gets tired a lot, but he's surviving.
That's good. So what can I help you with today?
Ethan sits at his desk and starts reviewing Tommy's file.
Well, I'm tired all the time.
Is that all?
Yes,
Are you on any medications?
I'm not on anything.
But your file says you're on AZT.
I was on AZT for a short time, but it made me sick, so I don't take them anymore.
Does the doctor who prescribed the AZT know you're taking them? Are you still getting the prescriptions filled?
Yes, I am.
What are you doing with them?
Why do you want to know?
It's just a question. I hate to see medication go to waste.
No, they aren't going to waste. I give them to a friend who doesn't have a lot of money. He takes them. It doesn't make him sick like it did me.
Can you afford it?
I make enough money to get by.
Listen, AZT is a powerful drug. If the dose isn't right, it could really hurt someone.
He's getting better.
Listen, just give him my card and I'll see him. He won't have to pay. I just want to make sure he gets the dosage right.
Thank you.
Well, it seems your T cells are high. Your tiredness could just be a side effect of the disease. Can you give me a little history on yourself?
Well, I was diagnosed in 1989.
Not your medical history. I mean your history, where you're from, that kind of thing.
I was born in 1973 in Granville, Ohio. My mother raised me with my grandparents.
Ethan starts making notes in Tommy's file.
And your father?
Well, my mother doesn't know who he was. She said she had a one-night stand and never heard from him again. My mom was kind of a hippie, and my grandparents are really religious. They weren't okay with that.
Does your mom know you're gay?
Yes, I told her when I was 15. Look, is this important?
I'm just trying to understand where you came from.
My past doesn't have anything to do with my present.
Okay. Can you tell me when you came to New York? This is important to your present situation.
1988, I ran away when I was 17. I was homeless for a couple weeks until I learned how to make a living.
Escorting?
Not at first. I worked at a coffee shop in the village. I met some people and I started couch surfing until I could afford my own place. Then I started dancing and I got into escorting. It was easy money and I was good at it.
When did you stop escorting?
December 1990,
You said you were diagnosed in 1989, correct?
February 16th.
Did you let any of your clients know?
No,
None of them? What made you stop?
Henry.
Is he your partner?
No, he was a client. Well, he wasn't just a client, he was my best client. I got a call from him on a Monday, which I thought was weird since we normally meet on Thursdays. I met him at our usual spot, this little sleazy hotel downtown. And when I got there, he was just sitting on the bed crying. I asked him what was wrong. He couldn't even look at me. He just kept asking me, are you positive? Are you positive?
What did you say?
I lied.
Why?
I panicked. I thought he was gay. He never told me he was married. My job was just to be there when he called. So I lied. Then he left and I was sitting in the motel room all by myself. I couldn't move. I just kept staring at the window. I walked towards it and opened it, and all I had to do was jump. And then it happened.
What happened?
Henry. He jumped off the roof. He landed on his back right below me. His eyes were open. He always had the kindest eyes. I didn't even know his last name until I found his obituary. Wife, 2 kids, and 1 on the way. So not only did I ruin my life, Henry's life, this wife's life, now there's a child running around with AIDS if it survived. I thought that was a good enough reason to stop, don't you?
I would believe so.
Is there anything else you need to know about me, or does that cover it?
Tommy starts to leave.
Where are you going?
I figured you weren't going to help someone like me.
I never said that. I'm not here to judge your past. Like you said, your past doesn't have anything to do with the present, correct? I need to get a full examination. I'm going to bring my staff in and I'll be back.
Ethan dials the nurse's station.
John, can you and Sharon come in here, please? Tommy, I'm sure we can help you.
John and Sharon enter.
Can you examine Tommy? I'll be right back.
Of course. How are you feeling today, Mr. Hudson?
Please call me Tommy. I'm feeling good today. A little tired.
Any prior sexually transmitted diseases, gonorrhea, herpes?
No.
Any AIDS-related illnesses, pneumonia, Kaposi sarcoma?
No, nothing like that at all. Just AIDS. Listen, Dr. Runner is an AIDS doctor, isn't he?
He's a doctor. He has a lot of AIDS patients, but he treats everyone.
I'm sorry. I made a mistake.
Mistake.
Yes, Pedro gave me Dr. Runner's number for a problem I'm having.
Holly?
Yes, he told me to come here. Never mind.
Wait, before you go, what did Pedro say?
He gave me Dr. Runner's card. I was supposed to tell him that I was told he was a good doctor and I heard he fixes watches as a hobby.
John goes to the phone and dials the receptionist.
Tracy, can you tell Dr. Runner to come in here, please?
Tommy, please sit down and wait for the doctor.
Is there something wrong?
Tommy wanted to tell you something.
I was told you were a good doctor and I heard that you also fix watches as a hobby. You do fix watches, don't you?
I do.
Then you can help me?
If that's what you want, we can certainly discuss it, but you're healthy. You're not on any medications. The only problem you're complaining about is fatigue.
For how long? Most of my friends are dead. I've seen what this does to people. One day they're fine, then they get a cold and they're dead.
Don't cry, honey.
Can I use the bathroom?
Of course. Sharon, could you show him where it is?
Yes, come on, Tommy.
You're going to try and talk him out of it, right? Ethan!
I'm going to try, but if his mind's made up, there's nothing I can do. If I don't help him, someone else will. You know what the other doctors are like in this city. They'll make him pay a lot of money. Money I'm sure he doesn't have.
So you're going to help a 21-year-old kid kill himself?
No. I'm going to give him the same options I gave you and hope he chooses the right one. If he chooses to die, then I will support him, just like I would have supported you.
I thought you were done with this. You told me you haven't agreed to help anyone since me. How many?
10.
10? Does Sharon know? Of course she does. Thanks for trusting me.
Do you even remember what you were like when you walked into my office?
Yes, I was very sick, but you convinced me I could get better, and I did. That kid is healthier than I ever was.
Sharon enters.
Where is he?
In the bathroom. Why?
You knew and you didn't say a word to me?
He knows.
So what?
So what?
You knew what we did when you started working here. I'm not going to feel bad about this.
Do you think it's okay to let someone as healthy as that kid die?
If he chooses it, then yes, I do.
Tommy enters.
I'm sorry.
Are you sure this is what you want?
Why is he asking me that?
John, please. Tommy, I'm willing to help you whatever you choose, but I need to give you some options before you decide.
No, I know what I want. I've thought about this a lot. I don't want to get sick and die in some hospital not knowing who I am.
There is no guarantee that will happen. You are very healthy.
I have AIDS. That is not healthy. No, I thought all I had to do was come in here and it would be done. Why are you trying to give me a moral dilemma?
Because not everyone that walks into this office chooses to die. I know this from personal experience.
Oh, so you chickened out and lived, huh? Dr. Runner, if you won't help me, then someone else will.
Will you at least listen to what I have to say?
Fine.
Now, there's a cocktail of drugs I currently have access to. It has shown a huge improvement in a lot of AIDS patients. The option I'm giving you is to become your primary care doctor and monitor your progress. My goal is to make sure you stay healthy. I'm even willing to help your friend who is on EZT. But if for any reason you become very sick, I will help you with your original request.
That sounds great, but I don't have insurance, and I can't afford to keep buying these meds anymore.
It doesn't matter. My patients don't pay for any treatments. I have private donors that will sponsor you in a buyer's club.
I don't know what a buyer's club is.
The medication I want to prescribe you hasn't been approved by the FDA yet. There's a series of underground clubs that for a monthly fee provide these types of medications. One of my donors will pay your fees.
Just like an AIDS fairy, huh?
No. There are wealthy people who I've helped over the years. They believe that people like you have the choice to live or die. They don't judge you if you choose death.
If I decide to live, then I'll become a burden for someone I don't even know. I mean, I end up being a charity case for some old queen on the Upper West Side.
I know how you feel right now, but could you at least try to be a little nicer? We don't just treat gay men. In case you haven't noticed, this is not just affecting the gay community.
You won't have to know who helped you unless you want to. The worst thing you might have to do is say thank you.
So if I don't decide to become a Sally Struthers, feed the children type homo, then what?
Then one of our donors will pay for your second all. Someone will deliver it to you, and then we'll make sure you're not alone when you take it.
It's that easy, huh?
If you decide to make that choice, then there are some things we would like you to do. First, you need to make arrangements for cremation. It should be done fast so they don't do an autopsy unless you want your death certificate to say suicide. And secondly, which is the most important, we prefer a family member to be there. Is there anyone you could call to come be with you?
My mother.
You told me you ran away from home.
I did, but I also told you that the past doesn't matter. We reconciled last year when she moved to Manhattan.
Does she have any idea that you're thinking about doing this?
Yes, she does.
She doesn't care?
She says she's okay with it. What did your mother say?
Not that it's any of your business, but she didn't know.
She's waiting for me at the coffee shop around the corner. She wanted to come with me, but I didn't want her to change her mind and try to talk me out of it. I can call her and have her come up here if you want, but it's not going to change anything.
It's up to you.
I want to get this done as soon as possible. Can I just use your phone?
Of course.
Mom, can you come up to the office? It's the 7th floor. Room 703. Okay, bye. She'll be up soon.
While we're waiting, we could find you a donor.
Ethan takes out a notebook from his desk and starts looking through the pages.
Can I just say one thing before we do?
John, don't.
It's not going to make a difference.
Forget it.
It's okay, John. I think this person would be willing.
Ethan picks up the phone and dials.
Josie, please. Tell her it's Ethan Runner.
Josie?
That it's not a bitter queen.
Hello, Josie. How are you? I'm good, yeah. I was wondering if you would be interested in helping out one of my patients. No. Yes, they're sure. I know. Thank you. I'll call you tomorrow morning to arrange things. Bye. You're all set.
Will she know who I am?
If you want me to tell her, I will.
No. It's better that way.
The desk phone rings. Ethan picks up the phone.
Thank you, Tracy. You can send her in.
Tommy's mom, Laura, walks in.
Hi, Mom.
She stops and stares at Ethan. They both look at each other.
What's wrong?
Laura?
Ethan, are you okay?
Ethan picks up the phone.
Tracy, can you please cancel my appointments for the rest of the day? Thank you.
Ethan opens a desk drawer, takes out the picture, and hands it to Tommy.
What's this? Why do you have this?
Ethan, what's going on?
That's me as a baby. Mom?
Tommy?
Don't, Laura.
What is going on here?
He's my son.
That's not possible. You told me it was a one-night stand.
It was a one-night stand.
Holy shit!
John, please.
You told me you never slept with a woman.
Well, how?
Well, kid, if they have to explain that, then you shouldn't be escorting.
Sharon.
We went on a double date. I had just moved to New York. I was trying to find myself. One of our friends set us up.
And I wasn't out yet. We drank a little too much that night, and one thing led to another.
I don't know what to say. Mom, did you know that he was the doctor I was seeing today?
Sharon, John, can you give us a minute?
Come on.
Mom, did you?
Does it matter?
Yes, it does. I've spent my entire life wondering who my dad was, and she knew the whole time? She knew how to get in contact with you?
Calm down.
No, why should I calm down? She robbed me of knowing you. I grew up all fucked up and had no one to turn to when I came out. I had no support from anyone.
That was the past.
Well, that part of my past has a lot to do with the present.
Tommy.
No, don't talk to me. Ethan, did you ever try to find me or think about me?
I think about you every day.
But you didn't do anything. Well, fuck you both.
Laura slaps Tommy. Tommy starts to leave.
If you walk out that door, you won't need pills. I'll kill you myself.
Pills? How did you know about that?
I've known for a long time. When Tommy ran away to New York, I followed him. I had nowhere to go, and the city changed so much, I had no clue where to find him. Then one day I walked past a coffee shop, and there you were working. You were smiling and laughing with the customers. You looked so happy. I hadn't seen that side of you in years.
You just left me there?
You think that was easy for me? I felt like I failed you as a mother, and I didn't want to fail you twice. But I never left you. I sat outside across the street from that coffee shop for 3 weeks. I wanted to go in every day, but I couldn't. So I found a job, and I kept tabs on you.
What do you mean kept tabs on me?
Pedro.
Holly, go lightly.
I met him one day as I was watching you. He sat with me and I told him my story. He then befriended you, Tommy. I always knew what you were doing.
You let him escort?
I didn't know.
No, I never told anyone. Pedro just thought I was dancing.
I didn't find out about the escorting until we started talking again.
I still don't know how I fit into this equation.
One of my coworkers was one of your patients. He had no family, he was dying, and he had no alternative. I was the person he chose to be with him. I found your card when his apartment was being cleaned out. And Pedro knew you. When Pedro told me that Tommy was thinking about ending his life, I told him to give Tommy your card.
You told me you were okay with this.
I am not okay with this. I never was. But I thought coming here would... I don't know.
What, change his mind?
Yes.
I've been doing this for years. His mind is made up.
What about Pedro? You convinced him?
He convinced himself. I had nothing to do with that.
So you're just going to let him die?
What am I supposed to do?
Save him!
I can't. Do you really think this is what I want? I stare at that baby picture every day. I think what could have been if I was there for his first steps, his first day of school, all the first. The minute he walked in that door, I knew it was him. But after talking with him, I knew there was nothing I could do. Nothing I could say to change his mind. Am I right, Tommy? Or are you going to be the first person to prove me wrong?
I don't know.
Tommy, please.
Listen, kiddo, you have two options. We can't make that choice for you, but if you choose to follow through with what you came here for, I want to be there. At least let me do that.
Okay. I'll call you in the morning with my decision.
Tommy, could you wait outside? I want to talk to your mother.
Okay, Ethan. Dad.
Tommy hugs Ethan, then leaves.
So is this the part where you tell me I'm a horrible mother or that I ruined your life because I cut you out of Tommy's?
I made that decision. You had nothing to do with that.
I feel like it's my fault. I don't know what I was thinking having him come here today.
You thought it would turn into something it could never be. Can you imagine that kind of fucked up Christmas card it would be? Mom, gay son, and gay dad. No one's ready for that. I promise you this. If he doesn't follow through, I want to be in his life and yours. Deep down inside, I can see he doesn't want this.
Then why didn't you say that?
Because he has to say that. You just have to be strong.
He hugs her.
Hey, we got a kid.
Yeah, and he's all fucked up.
He's just lost, that's all.
I hope you're right.
Laura leaves. Ethan returns to his desk. John and Sharon enter.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
What did he decide?
He's going to call me in the morning. I just asked whatever he decides that I could be there.
Do you think he'll change his mind?
I guess we'll just wait and see. Sharon, you can take the rest of the day off.
Are you sure?
Yes.
With pay? I'm just kidding.
She exits.
Are we still on for Chinese tonight?
We sure are.
And a big bottle of vodka?
Of course. Meet you at home?
He kisses Ethan, then exits. Ethan takes out Tommy's baby photo. The phone rings.
Dr. Runner. Tommy. No, it's fine. Of course. Bring your mom too. Do you like Chinese food?
Lights fade as Ethan is talking to Tommy. End of show.